Hello, this is Kate from dailytarotgirl.com, and this is your weekly tarot card reading. I'm using the Light Seer's Tarot for this week's reading, and I'm a little late getting this posted, like a couple days late, so I apologize. I just got carried away with things, and I didn't get to this reading till now. So, I'm going to draw 3 cards here. Each card is going to represent a segment of the upcoming week, and my intention, as always, is to get an overview of the week ahead and to get some inspiration and ideas for the upcoming week. Okay, so let's begin with the first card. This is for Monday and Tuesday. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. I post these every week, usually on a Friday, but today on a Sunday. All right, so 6 of Swords is for Monday and Tuesday. And I'm just going to close my blinds so we don't have so much glare. So 6 of Swords is a card of movement. It's a card of change. It's a card of transition. It's from moving from one place to another place, so leaving something behind and really going to new horizons. So there is this air of change and transition with this card. So the beginning of the week, there's a few ways this could show up. So you may find yourself, perhaps you're like literally moving where you live. You might be going to a new job. Or you might be contemplating these changes as well and maybe making some plans. What I get from the 6 of Swords is that a change is as good as a rest, and we become kind of stagnant when everything is the same day after day after day. So having some kind of change is always maybe not always welcome, but it's often a good thing to kind of change our scenery from time to time. And you don't always have to make big changes, but even just, I think of like changing up my regular routine can be really nice sometimes. The main message I get with this card is that sometimes change is hard, and so you may find yourself mourning whatever you're leaving behind. Change isn't always easy, but you will be helped. Once you make the decision to leave something behind or go to greener pastures, you're going to be helped. You're going to be assisted. And my attention is drawn to these 3 ravens that are pulling the boat along. So that's another thing that I sometimes forget to emphasize when I'm reading the 6 of Swords, is that it's about being helped. And it's like once you make that decision to move, to grow, to go to a different place, there's forces that will come forward and assist you. And this could be in the form of friends, of family, coworkers that help you, or even just like coincidences that happen can be really helpful. Okay, let's look at the card for the middle of the week. So this is for Wednesday and Thursday. And here we have the Page of Cups. And in this case, I kind of see this card as a card of manifestation and being able to see yourself going to where it is you want to go. So the guy on this card is looking up at this other version of himself, leaping upwards. And it's kind of like if you have an idea of what you want to change or where you want to go, it's important to be able to imagine it and to really picture it and really see it happening for you. See yourself going to where you want to go. Now, a few other things I get with the Page of Cups is that the Page of Cups is he's very heartfelt, he's very sentimental, he has a lot of feelings, and he's learning how to channel those feelings and emotions into some sort of way of expression. So I often think of him as being very creative, like really good at writing or writing poetry or making art. I see this as a very creative card, and it's really about finding a healthy way to channel emotions, whether they're difficult emotions or positive, enjoyable emotions, but like channeling feelings, emotions, energy into something that feels healthy. Okay, let's look at actually, one more thing I want to say about the Page of Cups. This is about expressing what's in your heart. If you look at his heart area, there's these little rays of light coming from it. So Page of Cups is about really expressing what's in your heart in whatever way feels good for you. King of Swords. So the Page of Cups is very, very different from the King of Swords. So the King of Swords is for the weekend, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And the King of Swords has a lot of wisdom. He's very practical. He's really into contemplating things and thinking things through. And he's able to get perspective. If you'll notice, he is high up in the mountains and he's kind of looking down on the landscape. And he's surrounded by birds, which all are able to get perspective when they're flying. And it's interesting, the birds he's surrounded by, he's got the owl, which is a symbol of wisdom. He's got the raven, and then there's the bat in the background. So King of Swords is advising you to have a plan and have a strategy. It's interesting because the beginning of the week was kind of all about change, transition, but some of us who aren't making changes might be in the contemplation phase of making changes, where we're thinking about it. We're kind of plotting, we're planning, we're thinking, but we haven't taken action yet. And the Page of Cups is saying, pay attention to your emotions, pay attention to your feelings, and you really want to be able to express what's in your heart, but also you want to be able to visualize where it is you're wanting to go. And then with the King of Swords, this is about doing the practical work of making a plan and making it happen. So this is about having some sort of strategy, really thinking things through, having a concrete plan of action. And I feel like this reading this week is all about kind of making changes and moving forward with that. And yeah, the King of Swords is saying, don't rush into anything. Think things through. You want to get a sense of the big picture. So you don't want to make impulsive changes this week, but really, really thinking things through, planning things out, having a strategy, being smart about it, being thoughtful. Okay. Let's zoom out and let's look at all three cards together. What are you noticing about these three cards? I'm noticing this theme of flight. So we have the birds in the Six of Swords. We have the pig right up here, the pig with the wings, and the guy jumping, moving upward. And then we have the King of Swords with all the birds. So there is this theme of flight. And I also think it's interesting that we start out in the water in a boat with the Six of Swords. And then we're still by the water with the Page of Cups, but we're kind of on land. We're just next to the water. And then King of Swords, we're up in the mountains. So there is this feeling of progression this week that feels really lovely. And I'm just looking to see if there's anything else I want to mention here. As always, I invite you to chime in and share your own observations, and you can just write it in the comment section if you feel called to. So I'm going to wrap the reading up here. So it looks like an exciting week of moving forward, making plans. And I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope you found it helpful. If you want to check out my website, dailytarotgirl.com, I've got tons of fun tarot learning exercises for you. And also check out my YouTube channel. I've got lots of videos on I've got some videos on the court cards, videos on the major arcana cards, and lots more. So thanks again, and I hope you have a wonderful week.